Hello again, world. It's been a while since we've talked. It's good to see you. Anyway, those of you who are looking at my videos are probably into music. If you looked at the title of this video, this is about polyrhythms 3/4. I already did a video on 2/3 and 3/2. I learned a little lesson there. I didn't realize when I'm sitting back there at my drum set, I need to talk louder. So I'm going to try to do that today. I also wrote bigger notation this time, so easier visuals. Anyway, so the polyrhythm 3/4, very exciting polyrhythm. There's a term in drumming, well, music called metric modulation, and it's where you can sort of float between two time signatures using a common subdivision, I guess you might say. So 3/4 is really cool because in music that's based off of triplets such as jazz or like a shuffle blues, where you have sort of a triplet feel, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, using those triplets you can place 4/3 and sort of superimpose a different time signature over the top. That sounds really cool. If you're a drummer in the working musician world, don't do it too often. You'll probably get fired. Bass players don't really like it when they can't find the downbeat. So you keep in mind, user beware, whenever using these polyrhythms, use at your own risk. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to show you some new music notation. So, bigger notation this time. So I've got triplets here. Remember I was talking in the last video about the least common multiple. Now, 4/3. What's the least common multiple between 4 and 3? It's 12. 4 times 3 is 12. So you can have this polyrhythm happen with a cycle of 12 notes, and you will come back to a point where both the 3 and the 4 of that polyrhythm line up on the downbeat, which is nice. So, that being the case, where do we find 12 notes? Well, like I said, in jazz or blues, like a shuffle, that's based on triplets. If we were to look at the triplet, we can find 12 notes in one single bar. So in a bar of 4/4, triplet, 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 boom, 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 boom. That's 12 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I did that same counting in the last video. Also, if you haven't noticed, it's the same day. I'm wearing the same shirt, rocking my Hulk t-shirt. Well, it's all the Avengers. I really like the Incredible Hulk the best, though. And I'm also wearing the same hat. So don't just assume that 2 or 3 days have passed by and I haven't showered. Okay? I appreciate that. All right. So going over the basic triplet rhythm, I have it written out right here. So at the top there. Notice, if you put an accent every 3 notes, in 4/4, you get 4 accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I did here is I took the same triplet, but I put an accent every 4 notes. So you see down here, triplet, 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 triplet. So I'll let you get a close view real quick. If any of you need to reference that, you can pause the video there and go back and look at it. So I'll play that for you real quick. And I'm going to play quarter notes in the bass drum, and I'm going to play accents every 4 notes in my hands on the triplets. All right, so I'm trying to talk louder so you can hear me. So this is my quarter note, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm counting triplets. Triplet, 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 triplet. Sounds like this if I accent every 4th note starting on the downbeat. Triplet, 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 triplet. Alright? Pretty cool. So, to get this real 4/3 happening though, you see how I filled in the notes. What you want to do when you're doing these polyrhythms is you take the whichever two accented rhythms you're playing. So for the hands, every 4 notes, triplet, 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 triplet. And we'll take all those other notes out. And then for the bass drum, we weren't even playing triplets on the bass drum. We were just playing quarter notes, which lines up every 3 triplets. So the bass drum pattern that we were just playing, if I were to take out all the other notes, looks like the top right here. And then the snare drum pattern, if I were to take out all the inner notes that aren't accented, I've got that written up top here. So I've got, you see where there's triplets, right? So every 3 notes, there's triplet, that's triplet, that's triplet, that's triplet, that's triplet. Down here, notice I have groupings every 4 to show you where that note lands when you accent every 4 beats, right? So if you overlay them, they look like this. So what I did is I put the 3 on the top line and the 4 on the bottom, implying that the top line is probably snare and the bottom is probably bass drum. You can switch them. So I'll play that right now for you. I'll start with the last rhythm with the triplets filled in so you can hear it, and then I'll just take out all the inner notes. So if I'm starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, triplet, 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 triplet. Here we go. Triplet, 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 triplet. Pretty cool. I like it. So, when you start to speed that up, now we've effectively made a way to play 4/3. So you can speed it up as fast as you want. Oh, that was bad on my part. So that's if I'm doing 3 in the hands. So if I want to do 4 in the hands, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So, and you can split it between the hands. Let's put 4 on the right hand, 3 on the left. Or 4 on the left hand, 3 on the right. Oh. I haven't practiced that one as much. See, even pros, we still mess up. So if you're playing, let's say you're playing a nice jazz groove, right? Something based on triplets. Triplet, triplet, triplet. So, the cool thing about these, you don't actually have to start both the 3 and the 4 on the downbeat. So you can start the 4 1/8 triplet after. So that sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's pretty cool. Where you can really start losing people is if you overlay 3 and 4, kind of, you can superimpose more of like a rock beat, right? So. hopefully I was talking loud enough for you guys back there. I think that's it. 3/4, 4/3. Pretty cool polyrhythm. If any of you guys have questions about that, as I said in my last video, if I went too fast, if I went too slow and you were bored, if you didn't understand me, if you didn't understand me at all, there's a chance you might live in another country. So maybe you should listen to videos in your own language. I don't know. Anyway, hope all is well with you out there in the world, and look forward to posting more videos. If you guys have any questions on other polyrhythms, I'm going to go ahead and do 5/4, 7/4. I'm going to do 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, and 7s in the coming weeks, hopefully, so you'll have some good resources on that stuff. Yeah, until next time. I don't have a good tagline, so I'm just going to end my video on an awkward silence.